Hey, good morning everybody. It's Brittany at Big Cat Rescue here in Tampa, Florida. Hi Daniel, hi Heather. Good morning Cheryl. Good afternoon Stuart, hi Linda. Alright, so if you guys can take a second and please share this live feed, alert your friends and family that we are live here on Facebook at Big Cat Rescue. It has been a very exciting and busy morning today because we have a work group which we're very excited about. I don't actually have the company name or the group name to shout them out right now, but there's Lisa. I believe she's leading our work group today. They're working on aerial bobcats. So they're clearing the roof, they're raking, they're weed eating, and I'm so excited because you guys know that we closed to the public 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, at the start of the COVID pandemic. And we closed our doors for our regular educational tours, specialty tours, work groups. A lot of volunteers have come and gone in that time. We've been pretty low on volunteers. So when I got here this morning and saw not only do we have basically every keeper that comes in on a Sunday all came in today on the same day, but also to have a work group, I am just like so excited. It's like this little view of the good old days when we were packed all the time with people out here helping the cats. Where's my cat at? Oh, there him is. I know it's very loud, buddy. Hi. You got work group across the street. It's okay. It's okay, cutie pie. Here's Cyrus. I figured we'd stop and see a kitty that might be a little nervous because of the work group. So I think we are back to accepting work groups up to about 10 people maybe. Yeah, when we have availability for somebody to lead that group. Yeah, are you so excited? That means there's people in the community coming back out to help us get the cages all nice and cleaned up. Right, sweetie pie? I was also really excited to see that the Saturday morning feeding tour that Kristen and Amanda did, that you guys have over $700 in donations on that live. That blew me away. I can barely get $100 of donations in a live anymore, and it's certainly been a long time since they've made that much money during a live. So thank you guys so much to everybody who made that feeding tour yesterday morning virtual on Facebook. Such a success. That is so awesome. So another little policy change that we did last week is that Carol and Howard decided that unless people are showing symptoms of being sick, we're encouraging them to, first of all, just stay home. Second of all, they can decide to wear their mask. Otherwise, the keepers no longer need to be out in all this heat and humidity in Florida. Yeah, wearing those masks. Are we ready to turn the page and come back out the other side 2 years later, sir? Yeah. So I wanted to give you guys a moment to share this, alert everybody that we're live, and we'll go around and see some cats. Yeah! Right, Bubba? You're doing so good. You're doing so good. I know, it's very loud over there, but I'm glad to see that you came out anyway. Yeah, I missed you, so I had to come say hi. Hi, come say hi. Yeah. So fun. So fun. If any of our moderators are in the chat, I haven't seen Deb yet, so if nobody has tagged her, maybe somebody can. She might be out doing something else, but I know that we also finally got our new list of the least sponsored cats. Oh, what's down there? What's down there in that grass? So for anybody who got that email, there is a moderator that can put the list here in the comments. That would be really great. We are almost all the way through. We have like basically a week left of October, but we just got our September list. Cyrus is not on that list. He's such a good boy. Everybody knows him. It's always the Shire cats like Dryden and Ginger, Ariel, Lovey, cats like that that don't always just come over and hang out. Usually end up in our lesser sponsored list. All right, buddy, I'm gonna go. It's very loud. I love you. Yes. All right, so I don't know if on Saturday they let you guys know that we were a little worried about Manny over the last 2 days, but this morning he has done great. So as soon as I get out of the louder area where, yay, work group, if anybody's interested in organizing a work group where you and either people you work with or friends and family want to come and help us complete a cage or landscaping. Hopefully my cart's gonna make it. It's very slow again today. You guys can email info@bigcatrescue.org and inquire about how you could come to Big Cat Rescue as a work group and help us accomplish some type of project. We would really, really love to start seeing people come in that capacity again and really help us get our 67 acres all spiffied up. Yeah, she might not be here today, but that's totally okay. Oh, well, we gotta stop at Kimba because Kimba's being a very good boy, and I like to show him when he is relaxing. Don't worry, we'll get to Manny. Gotta come see my boy real quick though. Hi, handsome. You look very cozy. This is Kimba Tiger. He's watching that work group. Rhonda, I don't know that we will ever fully open back up to the public. I will fully disclose that we have had quite a few conversations in the recent month about slowly reopening for private tours or by appointment only tours, things like that. Obviously, we haven't started doing that yet. Nothing is definite. Currently, the way that you can come on a tour is as a donor. So when you sponsor the cats at bigcatrescue.biz, if you read all the different levels of sponsorships, that is where you're going to see at what level of sponsorship would get you a private tour at this point. So someday in the future, potentially, we might be considering that. Our 30th anniversary here at Big Cat Rescue is just 2.5 short weeks away. And we're having a little event for that, again, for our donors. So bigcatrescue.biz if you want to look into how to become a donor and how to become eligible for the current tour system. But I don't know that we will ever fully open to the general public like we used to be. We obviously have far less cats. We've only got around 40 cats. Back in the day, we had well over 100. We also have far less volunteers. If we really stepped up our volunteer numbers again and had more helpers around here, that would probably also open us up to do more things, but we've really enjoyed having far less people. The cats really just get to relax. I mean, we never had huge tours. Our biggest day of the year was always our Wildcat Walkabout, and that was the only day of the year that people could buy a ticket, come in and walk themselves around the tour path, and all the proceeds from that went to conservation efforts in the wild. All other tours beyond that were less than 20 people per tour, and they were all guided educational tours. We did do feeding tours and keeper tours on the weekends, but again, it was always groups of 20 or less. And the boys came in at the tail end. They only had a few months here at Big Cat Rescue before we closed to the public. And I can tell you that both Kimba and Max just really didn't appreciate tours. They didn't really enjoy large numbers of people. Simba was a little more okay with it, but even he has some nervous tics occasionally. They are circus cats. So rescued from the circus life where they were beaten and abused into submission so they would perform for people. Can't blame them one bit for not wanting to see a large group of people. Ooh, who's that, Kimba? That sounded like Aria. That's Aria, I can see her. So I don't know that we will ever go back to the format that Big Cat Rescue was in its prime. When I started 8 years ago, we were pretty much at the top of our game as far as how the tour system worked, how our volunteer program worked. And when we closed down in 2020, out of the precaution of the pandemic, but also the ridiculously dangerous and insane reaction to Tiger King that occurred, I just don't know that a lot of us have it in us to go back to full capacity of things, but we sure want to keep educating the public, and we want to stay relevant in our community. So I think we may be looking at some changes sooner than later, but for now, we just show up every day, make sure that these little mouths get fed, get fresh water. What is Aria yelling about? Thank you so much. If there have been any donations, it looks like Chris said there's about $50 so far. Thank you so much. I always had it in my mind, the goal, that anytime I do a live, if it could reach over $100, that's my personal goal. Because that would be at least $500 a week on a normal week for me. I haven't had a normal week in 2 years, but I usually try to do a live each day that I'm here, and I'm here at least 5 days a week. So, all right, let's go over to Manny. Check in on him. I don't know if anybody has really noticed. I think I've seen it in the private Big Cat Rescue group as far as people are finally noticing that Manny, come on golf cart, is kind of adventuring around his pool at night. So he's been in it, all 4 feet in his pool. Has a camera, bigcatcams.com. Alright, so Mr. Manny has been secretly trying to swim and play with this pool at night. Hi, handsome boy. How are you doing today? So as my update on Mr. Manny on why we are just watching him closely, let me actually go in behind the barricade here so we can see him without the wires since he's all the way up top there. So, Mr. Man, I heard you might have icky tummy. You have an icky tummy. So Manny was, I guess, on Friday refusing to eat his full breakfast, and when they came out and offered him something different, he decided to stash it in his den instead of eating it. And he just looked like he didn't feel real alert. He was kind of like lethargic and not super like food motivated, which is not our Manny. So by Saturday morning, he kind of did the same thing. He ate a little bit, he tried to stash the rest, and then they found a little bit of vomit in his enclosure. So Dr. Justin has started him on a course of meds for nausea and appetite. We have removed all bone and anything that could be a little more difficult for him to digest. He is pooping, so that's good. As far as the reason we started to worry is because you guys know Manny recently had a bit of a blockage in his bowel. And so we are just keeping a very close eye on him. But this morning, Manny ate his full breakfast very eagerly. And he is still pooping and there was no vomit. So we're just gonna keep him on his course of meds and we're gonna keep a very close eye on him. He could just be eating random nonsense in his cage like he did last time. So we're gonna keep a very close eye on our handsome man here. The most handsome man. So he has a full belly this morning. He's very tired. Very tired. I just wanted to make sure. Thank you, Chris, for adding the least sponsored cats list to the comments here. I appreciate that. And for everybody talking about the advice with my golf cart, that's a battle I stopped trying to win a long time ago. You don't want to buy new golf carts, and it's expensive to send them out for repair, and Victor's just way too overloaded to be able to keep up with the golf cart demand around here. I have two perfectly good feet. I just like to try keeping it moving. And the WD-40 and all the various things, that's not really something he would do. I would have to do that. So it is what it is. We can all wish that I'd have something speedier, but it hasn't happened in 4 years, so I don't think there's way more important things to worry about than a golf cart. Right, cutie? He's so handsome. So he does look a lot bright-eyed, bushy-tailed compared to the video I saw of him yesterday, so we're just gonna keep our eye on you, handsome. He wasn't up on his platforms or anything when he was feeling icky either, which was like his favorite spot to be. So he was down on the ground or in platform or in dens. So, but your enclosure looks really good, bud. We've been going in to sections that we've shifted the cats out of and just raking like crazy and just trying to get roofs cleared off. When Hurricane Ian came through, we very, very luckily did not get the brunt of that situation, but it really was like a stick and leaf storm for us. So we are just trying desperately to get everything cleaned up, because as soon as we get our first long cold spell, all the rest of these leaves are gonna fall out of the trees, and we kind of still need to pick up the ones that fell last season. So again, work groups, we'd love to see ya. Contact info at bigcatrescue.biz. So for everybody asking about Jinx, if you missed all of my 3 or 4 lives that I did last Thursday, you know that Jinx went to Funcation. He'll be there for the next month. So you should be seeing him every single day on his camera, bigcatcams.com. Because he is right out here and he's doing great. He got a flat cat because he knows him coming. Hi, handsome! Look at that gorgeous boy in the sunshine. We are also still actively, desperately looking for volunteers and interns. Internships are 3 months at a time where you come and you live on property. And you can do up to 5 levels of that. Level 5 is a full year. All ages are accepted. I've seen straight out of high school kids and I've seen retired people all go through the intern program. Hi, mister! This is Jinx, our black leopard. And being a volunteer, though, you do need to be local and you do need to be able to give a certain amount of time every single month. Your first 2 months are just projects and learning the ropes around here before you ever actually start working with the cats. Then after that, you are full-blown into the volunteer program where you start working with the small cats. It does take you a few years to work up to being around the big cats, but you're still on property with them. You still see them from the tour path. What you doing, buddy? I can move closer. You look like Saber right now. I can't even handle it. You look like Saber right now. Just enjoying that sunshine. Just enjoying that morning sun. Again, Jinx, he's a black leopard. He's our oldest cat on property. He's 23 years old. But he has this 22,000 square foot enclosure, has 2 cameras on it. Yes, it does. Him's out here for a whole month. Look at that belly. Look at that belly. Thank you so much for all of the donations. What you doing, buddies? So I can also tell you that with our 30th anniversary happening at the beginning of November, that I'm going to have quite a few sort of legacy items that will be on eBay. So a lot of our older rainbow cats or our most iconic cats from over the years. I can tell you right now that there's going to be items from Zabu, Hoover, Seth. I've also got some current cats, and I'm going to be putting all of these items on eBay. There will be some that'll be held off for our other event that is occurring for our 30th anniversary. But we will have eBay auctions in honor of that anniversary as well. So if you've never signed up to be on our eBay list, where we will email you when new eBay items go up for auction, and you can do that at bigcatrescue.org/auction. There's a form for you to fill out. It'll add you to our mailing list, and then you will always get notified when something new comes up. He's like, well, let's go see what's back here. Where's your ball? You usually have a ball that's over. Oh, I see it. It's up front. Oh, we're gonna pee. Another good pee. Oh. He's like, I've had enough sun. I'm gonna go in the shade. I'll blend in. There is a smaller roof section back there. I'm also gonna have some original canvas paintings. If you guys are familiar with one of our supporters named Tom Hutchinson, we have some really incredible artwork that will be becoming available on the eBay auctions. Hi, Momo. Where's Bailey? He doesn't know I'm here yet, so I don't want to startle him. But many of these paintings have been turned into... Oh, hi! Hi, Moses. He's our very oldest Bobcat. So he actually sent me the actual original watercolor paintings on the canvas that he did. And I've got quite a few. I have Cameron Lion, I have Cameron Anzabu, I have Hoover, I have Kimba. So lots and lots of items. I'm just teasing them all out. Some will be on eBay, some won't, but lots of incentives for you guys to keep being supporters and donors and keep watching the lives. Hey Moses, where's Bailey? Where is Bailey? Where's Miss Bales? Moses and Bailey are actually our oldest Bobcats on property. They do live together. So 100% of your donations goes to the care of the cats, but also when you shop on eBay or our online stores, that money, after they take their fees and whatever, there's a Bailey butt. There's a Bailey butt. I see that tail. I see a Bailey tail. Just all you ever let me see. But anyway, the pricing on all of those items, once like eBay takes their like fees of whatever they take, all of that is what goes to the care of these cats. So our artists that donate for free, their designs, their paintings, I am always looking for people willing to do that as well. So if you're ever interested in donating artwork that we can make into digital designs, we really don't need any more physical artwork on property. Gail recently went on a rampage emptying all the closets and all the various rooms in the party house, and now we have an entire room full of like framed paintings and all kinds of stuff. So until we dwindle that down, we don't need any more physical items. We just really need people that want to supply digital artwork that I can put on t-shirts and bags and all kinds of various things like that. I really like to keep the store where there's constantly new items, but I also really want each cat to have multiple items. So I think we're to the point where everybody has at least something, even if it's just a keychain or a necklace. Might be up. We're gonna get closer to the work group again, which means the cats might all be like, no thanks, it's noisy. For the most part, everybody ate really good today, except for the cats closest to the work group, specifically Miss Ariel, who was like, you closed a door in my cage. I don't trust this situation. You will not see me for the rest of the day. So good thing Sunday has pretty much all of her keepers. Dee Dee and Megan are both here, and they are her operant keepers. There's a Mr. Philmo. You will see Philmo and Smalls, and that's probably where I'm gonna call it quits for today. Sundays are now becoming the only day I get to primarily stay seated in my office, so it's my day to get as much done as possible. Hi, Philmo. Oh, goodness sakes. Hi, Philip. Hi, cute boy. I know, you let me have it, didn't ya? You let me have it, didn't you? All that catitude. This is Philmo Bobcat. Philmo Bobcat. Oh, so grouchy. Oh no. Oh no. Hi. Hi. Look at that tiny ear tuft. Look at that tiny little ear tuft. Thank you so much to everybody who's been helping out in the comments. Really, really appreciate that. That way I can just kind of randomly talk about whatever pops into my brain. But I really appreciate everybody who watches us regularly that can help out any newcomers that have all the basic questions that I've probably said a bajillion times. Sometimes I just can't stomach saying it again, so I really appreciate it. Pull up out of the way here a bit, and we will see if I missed small girl or not. Smalls! Small girl! For anyone who is ever new, or if you just want to get your friends and family kind of into the lives, there are so many lives at dailybigcat.com. Hi, honey, there you are. I started doing lives in 2018, but Carol had been doing them for at least a year, if not longer, prior to that. Hi, pretty. I think she started way earlier than that. I feel like 2015 might be when we really started doing a lot of them. Hi, sweetheart. You're my girl. You're my girl. You got very fluffy. It got cold for one day. Look how fluffy you are now. Because I moved here from Ohio in 2015 to start volunteering, and I remember at that point in time watching Carol's lives, which was so weird that only a couple years later she handed those lives over to me as part of my job here. What you doing? She likes that corner over there for some reason. What you doing, sugar? Hi. Yeah, I'm very blessed. A lot of people are always like, oh, do you touch the cats? Well, no, I want to keep my hands and fingers and arms, and these cats are very dangerous, even though they're so cute and they're super unpredictable. I'll stay here as long as you don't really pee. Thanks, baby. But you have now seen that with Cyrus, and now Smalls. Hutch is another one. Kali is another one. Jinx usually as well, that even if I don't want them to come over to me, Right? Like, I just want you to stay laying there being cute, but they almost always have to run over and say hello, show me their little booties. Smalls, there's lots of purring. You know, Cyrus does his trilling. Kali and her chuffing. Jinx usually gets really silly and shows off. Hutch always makes biscuits. So I feel like I have a pretty good basis to tell people that you don't ever need to touch these wild exotic animals to bond with them. They don't belong in cages, so us putting them in cages and petting them and treating them like pets is just so false. We don't believe in doing that here. We like them to just live their little lives. Well, she headed the other way. I think that's gonna be my segue now that I'm getting back to sort of the noisy area. You wanna come say bye? Come talk to us one more time, lady. But thank you guys very much for everybody joining and helping out in the comments. Really appreciate all the donations. Come here, lady. What are you playing with? She's digging at something over there. What is that? Smalls. What is that? What'd you hide over there? I just saw her bury something in the leaves. What'd you hide over there? My little princess. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining. I'm glad I was able to squeeze in a live on this Sunday. Hopefully this week I will be able to do a live again tomorrow. Tuesday I will be volunteering, so I don't know that there will be one then. I'll try to do one Wednesday. Thursday I might actually also be volunteering in the morning, but I might be able to do a little walk around after. We'll just have to play it by ear. So hopefully I'll see you guys a couple more times this week. I told my husband that I'm feeling about 100% better than I was last week, but I'm still teetering at like 80% feeling human. So I just can't thank you guys enough for everybody being patient and all the well wishes. I will see you guys soon. You can rewatch it, dailybigcat.com. Let her sassy little tail say goodbye.